Historic jobs in London that you didn't have a clue existed. Part 4, let's go. Here we have the wall fuller. Wall fuller. That's not easy to say as a Cockney. But this is another really nasty job. But let me tell you why it was an important one. Back in medieval Britain, wool was at the centre of Britain's economy. By 1300, sheep outnumbered humans 3-1. There was around about 15 million sheep in Britain around that time. Now, this job was extremely important because after the sheep was sheared, the wool then needed to be cleaned. It needed to be cleaned of grease, dirt, and they needed to whiten the wool. This is where the wool fullers come in. So they would stamp on the wool all day long, literally stamping. So they were on their feet all day. But they had to stamp in this liquid that cleaned the wool and whitened the wool. Can we guess what that liquid was? It was stale human urine. Yep. So the wool fullers used stale human urine to put into the wool, stamped on it all day to make the wool clean and whiter. Moving on. Here we have the groom of the stall. Another shitty job. Now, although you needed a pretty strong stomach to do this job, over time this job became quite a powerful one. This job was usually done by a nobleman's son, something like that. So what they would do was carry this portaloo around all day with rags, a bowl and water and basically track His Majesty's bowel movements. He'd basically wipe his bum. Ugh. But as a fun fact, this job was actually started by Henry VIII's dad, who was Henry VII. So it was started by his dad but stopped by his daughter Elizabeth I. Classy, Your Majesty. So yeah, groom of the stall was basically to wipe the king or queen's bum and clean out the portaloo. Ew. Moving on. And here we have the leech collector. Now, why this job was important is because leeches were super useful back in those days and they could treat anything from headaches, and then get this, to an hysterical woman. So this job was usually done by poor old country women, you know, poor women that was out from the country, and they would wade in a pond and use themselves as a human trap for these leeches. So once the little blood-sucking critters attached themselves, the leech collector would pull them off of her body and put them in the pot and save them. Leeches can survive up to a year without any food, so they were handy for the leech collectors to have and then take them to the farmers, sell them to the pharmacist, and the pharmacist could keep them for a long time and pull them out as and when he needed them. But it wasn't a safe job for the leech collector, because she can end up suffering with blood loss and infectious diseases. Oh. And if you want to see part 5 and you like what I'm doing, like and switch on your notifications. Love yous.
5 crazy jobs you didn't know exist. Ethical hackers are paid by companies to continually hack their system so they can identify and fix their weak points. Blimp drivers fly these around pulling app banners. To get this job, you need your pilot license. A private island caretaker showcased them to the world through social media to increase tourism. A food stylist can work for food magazine or even food manufacturer on their packaging or advertising campaign. Ice cream taster assess based on flavor, color, and texture, but also help with developing new ones. Oh, I can be the ice cream taster. I have an idea for a new flavor. It will be called Aiya, and it will taste like egg fried rice. Aiya, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
What is the weirdest job you've ever worked at, but you made a shit ton of money from? I'll go first. One of my first jobs was legitimately a shoe shiner. Like, I shined shoes. And sis, when I tell you I was ballin', during an 8-hour day, I was making $800 to $1,000. And the way how I did shoe shining was I got hired to go to these big corporate events where they wanted something a little fun to spice up their day. And then I would go, no pay. I would just get paid off of the tips. And then I would just literally shine people's shoes. Takes 5 to 10 minutes. And they'll tip me anywhere from $20 to $50. Maybe occasionally a $5, but $20 to $50 for me shining their shoes. So yeah, I was balling at 15, 16.
Jobs that you never knew existed, Part 1. Elaine Hall is a professional baby wrangler for Hollywood Films. Her wild job, believe it or not, is to make babies cry on command. In the movie Akeelah and the Bee, she had one job, and it was to get this baby to cry on command, and she did it by hysterically crying herself. Matt Slagle is a master Lego replica builder and caretaker. He uses up to 10 million Lego blocks per build to create replicas on a 1 to 20 scale with the real thing. These Lego model builders have to get every single detail exactly right to capture the authenticity in the replicas. Follow for more.
These are the weirdest jobs you'll ever hear about. Part 2. Professional stand-in liner. These are freelancers that will stay in long queues as long as you pay them. Deodorant tester. These people smell other people's armpits to test the power of deodorants. Paper towel sniffer. They ensure that the paper towels smell as they should before, during and after use. And furniture tester. You just have to sit or sleep on furniture to evaluate their comfort.